We're coming up to the start of a new university year, and as an international student who has finished first year and is going into second year, I thought I'd share with you, upcoming international students, what I packed for university, since I know packing is one of those things where you're like, oh my god, I have so much stuff and so little suitcase space, how will I ever get it all there? First of all, you won't. Second of all, you don't need to. First question, you need to find out if you're able to go home at any point during the year. For me, I knew I'd be able to return home for Christmas, so really I was just packing enough things to get me from September until Christmas, and then I could fill up some more stuff and bring them back over for the rest of the semester and the rest of the year. And I also knew I'd be going home at some point in summer, because how much clothing you pack kind of depend on whether or not you'll be able to bring more stuff over. I would say bring things for the season you're going into. So for me that was fall and then some winter clothing, and then leave some of the summer clothing at home because you're going to want to shop, so it's not as important. Maybe bring like your favorite pieces, but I would try and minimize it to like the 2 seasons you're going in, and also your favorite things. Now some things obviously weigh more and take up more space, such as really heavy jumpers or winter coats, so I would try and limit the amounts you do of that and just take solace in knowing that you'll be able to buy more. Of course, if you have something that was like woolen and expensive, I would bring it. But as a general rule, I would take your very favorite pieces and things you know you can get a lot of use out of, and then leave the rest home. And I would only bring 1 coat. So if you want a really heavy winter coat, travel with it, because that way it's not going to weigh into your suitcase. Also, it takes up space for your other things. Things like underwear and socks are very easy to get, so I wouldn't pack as much of that because you will be able to buy more. However, things like jeans and trousers and things that usually are a little bit harder to find a good fit off, I would prioritize over things that you know you'll be able to find lots of things that'll fit you in. Like for me, there's only like 1 shop I can buy jeans in, so I actually bought extra jeans to bring with me because I knew like that's gonna be a hassle for me to fill up on. If you are able to come home halfway through, I would pack up a second batch and kind of leave that so it doesn't get packed away with the other things that you leave at home, if you leave anything at home. So you have that ready and you know I have another suitcase to fill when I come back, and it's there for you, and you don't have to like sort through all your stuff again. Things I would bring are toiletries, because you don't necessarily know if like the toothpaste you're used to using, type of toothbrush, your favorite perfume, favorite face wash, whatever it is that you use that fit into the toiletries section, if that's available in a place you're going to. So I would bring like a supply of that, not necessarily like a full year supply, but enough to get you through a semester. One of the things I found both from this being an international student, but also as my experience as an exchange student, is that things like toothpaste, you're very particular about how your mouth tastes. So if you suddenly switch brands, it can be really weird. And that's just like unnecessary weirdness to have when you're already going to a foreign place. So definitely pack those like things that have like a very specific smell or taste that you're used to using, because it's just gonna make your transition period a lot easier and make at least parts of this foreign experience feel like home. The next thing on my list is also about feeling like home, so bring some comfort items. For me, I have a teddy bear that I bring everywhere with me. He's been on like every place I've gone to, every like big vacation. So obviously I had to bring him. Just some things from like your room back home that you can bring with you that don't take up too much space or too much weight, so that you can put that in your new room and you'll feel more familiar to begin with. Because when you move into accommodation, it's going to be just like a blank space and it's going to feel like a hotel room. So the sooner you can get comfortable things in there that makes you feel like this is yours, the better. And the final thing I have is necessity items that you can't easily repurchase within reason. So for me, I obviously have to bring all my filming stuff because I'm going to media production, I'm doing like YouTube and stuff like that. So I had to bring my camera, my tripod, my microphone, stuff like that. Within reason, because I didn't end up bringing my lights because that would take too much space, and in fact I didn't actually put this in my suitcase. I used the bag I have for it as my carry-on, like my personal carry-on, so I put like my wallet and stuff in there, and then I used my school backpack with my computer in it as like my other carry-on because I didn't want those things like running around the boot of the flight. Now, I also have a list of things that I would buy, that I ended up buying when I arrived, that I definitely would not pack. And we're gonna try and get through this a little faster. So first off, I have bedding. Don't bring any of that. It's gonna take up too much space. It's just not gonna be, you're not gonna be able to pack that into a suitcase. I brought over lightweight sleeping bags, so like really thin, like small camping ones to sleep in for the first night, and then went out and purchased all my bedding and stuff like that. Similarly, kitchenware, don't try and bring any of that. I brought a few favorite mugs, but that's because I knew I wouldn't be able to buy them again. But anything like plates, a toaster, anything like that, don't bother. Same with like really bulky things such as like towels, tea towels, I wrote some more stuff down, pillows, blankets, things like that. Like you can bring like a small pillow or a thin blanket as like your comfort item, but don't bring a lot of it because you can buy it when you get there. And finally, school supplies, because you're gonna want to buy new stuff when you get there, because school supplies are really exciting, and especially I love shopping for it, so don't rob yourself of that experience in your new country, because they will have exciting new things you haven't seen before. Finally, I have some tips. As somebody who went to England, I found out that Wilko's and Primark were like the best shops for me to buy cheap things in. So it wouldn't end up costing me too much money. Like all my kitchen stuff is from Wilko's, most of like my bedding and room stuff is from Primark because it's not too expensive, but it's still a decent quality. However, I wouldn't go for like the cheapest option because that will break. So go for like the second cheapest option if budgeting is an issue, because I had to replace all of my kitchen things from Wilko's, which was like their own brand, very, very cheap, to like the second cheapest option, which was much better quality and only a couple pounds more. So just do that to begin with. And my other tip is, if it's at all possible, bring a parent with you when you settle in, and also go a week before you start. And by start, I mean Freshers Week, which I will have another video on. Bringing somebody over will help you a lot with all the initial shopping, because as an international student, you are going to have to spend more time buying stuff than home students will, because they can just put it all in a car and drive up. So it's gonna take a bit longer for you. So it's just easier if you have somebody to help you do that with. It'll also kind of ease that transition of being in a foreign place and saying goodbye to your parents, because it's like they've seen you in your new place and you won't have to travel away from them, so it'll ease the homesickness straight in the beginning. And a week before, just because it's going to take you a bit longer to settle in. Some home students will be able to just drop everything in a car and are ready to go the next day, but because you need to do some more shopping, some more arranging, and you probably also have to figure out kind of like where you are, there's like a language thing you have to adjust to, it's just going to help you if you give yourself a little bit more time. So yeah, I think that was everything that I've written about this. I hope you enjoyed this and that this was helpful for you. If you want more tips on it, I do work for something called Student Life at my university, and I made a video about some of the unexpected things I encountered as an international student that I will link in the comments, not in the comments, in the description down below, so you can check that out if you're interested in hearing some more things. I'm also in the comments, so if you have any questions, please leave them down there and I'll try to help answer them or find some place where you can find information. And of course, if you yourself are an international student watching this and you have some more tips or something I missed, leave them in the comments down below so we can share and help others. Yeah, I think that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I hope you have great, wonderful days with an easy transition and settling in period. Bye!